What happens when we smash some tomatoes? Will guinea pig float like a butterfly or fall like a sack of spuds on the ultimate brain skywalk? And just how bad does alien fish stew smell? No, it's not another cookery show. It's time for Ultimate Brain! My name is Dr. Brain, and if you hadn't realized that already, you should know that David Attenborough is not about to make an appearance and give me a ickle-wickle cuddle. No!
This is a half man, half monkey. His goal is simple. He's looking for baffling brilliance, cracking cleverness, and monumental mega minds.
Too much brain for one dashing monkey scientist. This is Ultimate Brain. Giddy up!
Oh, I haven't got a horse. I'll have to walk then.
No. Let's meet the canny contestants, hoping they can be experts at experiments. First up, glowing in green and playing as a team from Birmingham, it's Nia, Ruffy, Aaron! They're dressed in yellow, but they're in no mood to be mellow. From East Sussex, Nathan, Morgan, and Shema! And now, it's time for our celebrity team in blue from the X Factor, Stevie, Parisa, and Betsy! These folks are playing for pride, prestige, pretzels or pizza or something. No, not pizza. Let's find out who they are. First, we have the green team. How are you, greens?
Hello.
Good to meet you. Are you into science?
Yes.
Are you good at it?
Yes.
You got good brains?
Yes.
Yes. You're gonna win?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
I like your positivity, greens. What's your team name?
Green brains.
Fantastic! It's the Greens! Look who I have here. That's the yellow team. Are you good at science?
Yes.
Good at experiments and things?
Definitely.
You got the right kind of brains for this show?
Yes.
You're up for it?
Yes.
You like a challenge?
Yes.
What's your team name?
Super Geeks.
It's the Yellows! And now, it's the X Factor! And here they are, the Blue Team! Nice to meet you, Blues. How are you?
Right.
I don't think you're going to do very well. Nobody's going to vote for you. Nobody likes you at home. You're not going to do very well at all. Now, Louis, just shut up. So, it's good to see you. You must be exhausted.
Pretty tired.
You know, we're good, didn't we?
Not
Come
long,
off tour.
Yeah, not
Done all your tours and all that sort of
right.
stuff.
Yeah.
What did you get up to on the tour? Anything,
Well, I'll be honest.
Yes.
I got a stink bomb
Yes.
and I put it under the stage.
Yes.
And I stamped on it.
Yes.
Walked away, so all the artists went up. And there was a big waft of a stink bomb.
How was it for the audience?
Our first 4 rows really panicked. They really sort of thought it was someone, you know, let one off, so to say.
You sure it wasn't your singing? You see, here they are. It's good to meet you. What's your team name?
Only the Stevie!
Only the Stevie on the Ultimate Brain. Remember, teams, you'll need to be at your brainy best to bring home the honour points. So mind how you go, eh? Mind. Because mind is the brain, and you, oh, forget it. Here we go with the first amazing round. These hands have amazing superpowers, but they can't bend a mouse's coat hanger back into shape. Ah, look at this. Look how I bend this with my incredible monkey strength. You'll never go, would you? All right, show off. Yeah, it's simple. But I, Dr. Brain, the greatest monkey mind to ever wear spandex to work, will drop these pieces of nitinol wire of different sizes, looks and shapes into this bowl of hot water. Now, the question is, what will happen to the wire when it hits the hot water? Look at the confusion on their faces. You have 4 choices. Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, listen up, everybody. When we release the wires into the hot water, will they A, dissolve into the water, B, melt to the bottom, C, jump out of the bowl to escape the heat, or D, something else, something that you have thought of that I may have missed. Ooh, is that even possible? Okay, you brilliantly brainy bunch, decide amongst yourselves. Your thinking time starts now! So, what will our pieces of special metal do in the hot water, eh? Intriguing. 4 choices here. Consider carefully, teams. Have you thought of your answers? Okay, everyone. That's it. Your thinking time is done. Reveal your answers. No! What have we got? We have a D. We have a D. We have a D. We got a D situation. Triple D on an ultimate green, yeah. Triple D, ooh, yeah. We could be a boy, girl, and monkey band, couldn't we? Triple D! So, we'll go for greens first. What is your something else?
Float. They're gonna float.
They're gonna float. Yellows?
We think it will bend.
Bend. Oh.
Like spaghetti in the water. When it,
Like
as it
spaghetti.
goes in the water, it starts to bend.
Oh. Blues.
Personally, I think it will sink, but I'm going with the girls.
I think
'cause
it's
they're
going to
brainy.
float. I have a feeling it's going to float.
I
think so.
Interesting. Now, when dealing with a hot water experiment, you need something very, very special to make it a safe experiment. Do we know what that is? An adult. A grown-up, as they're also known. Right, here we go. You ready, everybody?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's drop wire into water in the name of science. 3, 2, 1, go!
Ow.
Did you see that? Wow, indeed. They've turned into a spring and 2 paper clips. This is because nitinol. It's a special type of metal, a shape memory metal. So, although you can stretch it out and bend it any way you like when it's cold, as soon as it is put into hot water, it turns back into its preset shape, like the spring and the paper clips. Is it magic? Of course it's not magic. It's science, folks. So, teams, you all said D, which was the right answer. And the yellows, you were sort of close as you were on the right lines with it bending, but nobody got the actual exact right answer, which was that it would revert back to its preset shape. So I'm going to give you all 2 points. Well done, everybody! And just to show I'm not fibbing, here they are. It's time now to tune your brains to a different thinking frequency, which is harder to say than it sounds. Behold! We call this challenge the Skywalk. Some people are late for school or late for work, depending on your age and financial responsibilities. So I've created this Skywalk to help shorten your journey by maneuvering over obstructive crowds. Now, as my Skywalk can be adapted to all terrains, I made the walkway perilously narrow and placed several distractions en route. That's French, you know. Some Wellington boots, a bucket, my socks and vests on a washing line, and a turbo-blasting wind machine so that we can always be ready for the unexpected. Now, teams were given 2 days and a massive budget of £50 to design their challenge. Here our teams have got to design an invention. To get Guinea Pig all the way across the Skywalk, he must pass the obstacles without falling off. They need to think about center of gravity and balance. If they can design a way to lower GP's center of gravity, or to increase his contact with the Skywalk, then he'll be more balanced and hopefully make it all the way to the end. And here he is! Yes, it's our willing walkway wanderer, destined to selflessly throw himself headfirst into all of my daring experiments and come out miraculously unscathed every time. I hope. It's Guinea Pig! Hi, Guinea Pig. Are you nervous? No? Good. That's the spirit. That's what I love about Guinea Pig. He's always raring to go.
I'm not just a guinea pig, I'm a human being too.
You're more than that, Chippy. You're a man of steel. You're a force of nature. And you're a fool as well. Only joking. So, let's see what our teams have come up with. And first, this is the yellow creation. What's he got on his feet, then?
They are the balance boots.
And what are they made of?
Wood. and Velcro.
Is there anything underneath them, or...?
It's a hole that's the width of the beam.
It's just a hole that's the exact width, hopefully, of the beam itself.
With the provided stick, if, let's say, he loses his balance as he goes over the obstacles, he can put that down and keep himself steady and then carry on moving.
So you're sort of spreading the weight of him as well a little bit, aren't you, and balancing him out.
The Super Geeks have gone for a two-pronged attack. Balance boots to catch on the side of the beam to stop Guinea Pig from falling, and a balance stick to increase GP's contact with the skywalk. But will this cumbersome boots and stick combo slide to the challenge?
Can we see if it works?
Yes.
Let's see it. Are you ready, Guinea Pig?
No.
In 3, 2, 1, go! Now you can shout encouragement to him. Tell him what to do if you see him doing anything wrong.
Use the stick and lift the washing line up over your head.
Now this is going to be the tricky bit, isn't it? How
Come on,
does he get his
Guinea
leg?
Pig.
Well done. Take your time. Don't try and rush it. See?
Trying to retrieve the other leg. There goes the shoe. There goes the shoe.
Stick your foot back into the
Try and
Velcro.
continue. Running out of time, I'm afraid, Guinea Pig.
Yes. Knock the boots off.
And that's time up. That's time up, Guinea Pig. Well, at least you didn't fall off.
Yay! Success-ish. GP was balanced even over the obstacles, but the heavy boots and stick just made it very slow going.
Well, I think you did pretty well. Let's find out how the other teams do. Tell them, Dr. Morgan.
Next up, the blue team.
What's it all about, Blues?
It's a fruit kebab.
A fruit kebab!
Yeah.
So what's the idea behind it?
It's a balancing beam, but we've put some fruit on the end of it to kind of like keep the weight down so it's not just a flimsy pole and to keep it balanced.
So you've got balance and also you're lowering his centre of gravity.
Normally, Guinea Pig's centre of gravity is about where his belly button is, where he keeps his flat collection. But with the amazing fruit kebab, this will be lowered. And a lower centre of gravity means more balance. And a fruit kebab, of course, means a better balanced diet. But will he be balanced enough?
Shall we see your plan in action?
Yes.
Let's do it. Are you ready, Guinea Pig?
I feel like I'm about to become a fruit salad.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go!
Woo!
Go on, Guinea Pig.
It's nice and slow there.
Nearly at the end of the first beam.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
Over the washing.
Nice.
Kick them out of the way.
Kick 'em.
Or,
Yeah.
Oh, he's kicked the boots.
yes.
Come on, GP, come on.
He's given those boots the boot.
Yeah.
Watch your foot behind it. Yes.
Just walk
Kick it.
over the
Oh,
bucket.
good.
Yes.
Oh, he's kicked the bucket.
Try and go under.
Limbo, limbo.
There he is. Now what's he going to do? Bit
Now
of
bring your
limbo
stick with you
or a
underneath.
bit of high
Take it
jump.
with ya.
You're going to try and vault over?
Come on.
Go on, you can do this. Go on, GP, come on.
Oh, you're still trapped.
Come on, you can
That's
do
it.
this.
You
Come
can
on.
Oh, look at that. Yes.
All the way.
He's done it!
Caramba! With this new lower centre of gravity, GP was on fire! Not literally, don't worry. He was giving Boots the boot, kicking the bucket, and doing some awesome lifty, throwy, handy, catchy thingy with his fruity kebabby. Only the Stevie's design was a roaring success! Let's toast an extra banana smoothie to victory!
Well done, you Blues. Let's see how the Greens get on. You've gone to town a bit here. What do you got here?
Their wings for balance.
And on his shoes, he has
A special spike for grips.
I
We
see.
named them grippy shoes.
Grippy shoes.
Team Brilliant Brains hope to hold GP's feet onto the pole with their grippy shoes. And they reckon their wings will give him extra balance. Oh, we'll see, won't we? Right now!
Shall we see it in action?
Yes.
Let's try it. Here he goes. You ready, Guinea Pig?
I'm ready to take off, Dr. Brain.
Let's do it. 3, 2, 1, go!
Step over it.
Well,
Step
so
over it
far,
because that's what bosses do.
pretty good. He's over
Kick the boot because they are necessary.
Oh, the wind seems to be catching those colourful wings.
Step over it. Come on.
Here he goes.
GP. Kick the bucket, but don't actually. Kick it. And then, oh gosh.
Put your wings down and try and crouch under.
Put your wings down and try and crouch under. No. Oh.
Oh, down he goes! Bad luck! Oh, he was so nearly there.
Oh dear! Apart from the wings trying to take off, it seemed to be going so well. If only GP had listened. And maybe if those brilliant brains had given him more devices to help him balance and generally a better design, that would have helped too.
Well, unlucky there, Greens. And of course to the Yellows. But the Blues, you got all the way to the end. You got 10 points!
2. Ooh, 12.
Now, when I'm not working away in the science lab, I like to relax. Either with a spot of skydiving over the planet Mars, bobbing for fire-breathing robot piranhas, or a bit of cooking. Crazy, I know. A monkey cooking. Who'd have thunk it? I've arranged for 3 team members to rest their giant science brains and help me make some lovely tomato sauce for our spaghetti dinner later. Only difference is, I've replaced the Passata food blender with a nice wooden mallet. What could possibly go wrong? You say tomato, I say tomessi. So when the random sound of Dr. Brain goes, whack! All 3 team members must hit their tomatoes as fast as they can. Bush! We will then play it back in slow motion. And the first person to strike the tomatoes wins. Here we go! Ready? Whack!
Lovely.
Whop a lot of action there in the kitchen. Look at them go. But whose mashing mallet was fastest? It's impossible to tell.
Well, there's only one way to be sure. Activate the Slowmanizer!
Ah, 3 cracking cooks, but who will be the master chef? Ah, look, Dr. Parisa definitely reacts the quickest there. Her marvellous mallet action, leaving Doctors Nia and Nathan in the cold.
So close, but we could see that the winner was Blue! Yes, Blue, you literally smashed it. 10 points for you. It's the final of Monkey Chef, and Dr. Brain is making Hagian fish stew with fish bits, other fish bits, and a fishy jus. Now, when I'm on my holidays on the planet Hag, I do like a spot of camping, but the water there is very polluted on account of the trumping fish, making the rivers and the streams all very trumpy. So, I need to find scientific ways of making the water more refreshing tasty and less toilet flushy. So, can the teams come up with ingenious ways to filter the water using the various objects on their tables? Our water is polluted with medium, small, and tiny impurities. We have paper, ribbons, glitter, and food colouring. Just the closest thing we could find to Hagian fish trumps. Kind of like an arts and crafts nappy explosion. So, teams, you need to choose 3 materials to form 3 different layers for your filter, and you will have 3 minutes to design and build your filters, and then we'll see which of the 3 teams, recurring theme, can make our water the cleanest. Right, well, you guys have better get building. Are you ready?
Yes!
Your time starts now!
The teams need to think about which 3 materials will be best for their filter.
Because I've just made a big hole now because I pushed it in.
The best materials are those that will trap the impurities, but not the water. And our teams need to be careful that their filters don't get blocked and stop the water from flowing at all.
Yeah.
Let's hope their brain juices are flowing in the right direction. You see what I did there? Oh.
Goes through the house.
That's time up, everybody. That's time up. Stop building, stop thinking, stop planning, stop designing. So, you all think you've come up with a great plan to make your coloured water emerge all clear and pure, do you? Everybody thinks they've done well. Well, shall we give it a go? Greens, you're up first.
Access materials.
So that's cotton wool. That is sand.
Yes,
and a sieve. So you've only got quite small amounts of cotton wool and sand there. You think that's going to be enough? You're hoping so.
Hopefully. No, we know so.
You know so.
He thinks he knows so, but I'm hoping.
He thinks he knows so.
Yeah.
You think you know that he knows what you know. I think he knows you think so.
Yeah.
There you go. That's clear, isn't it?
Activate filtration.
This is the original liquid, and that's what we're going to use to compare with. Now, this is what is known in scientific terms as a control. Now, I'm going to take some of the Kragian fish water from here, like this, and here we go. I'm going to use your filter and see what happens to the water. Yeah, da 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 da. Oh, there is stuff coming through there. It's just starting to filter through. I think that's probably enough.
Compare with control.
Now what we're going to do is dispense your water into your glass. You see, it's not really about amount either. That's fine. It's all about the beauty. So, let's have a look. Now then, can you see in your glass any of the medium items, the paper and ribbon and stuff like that? No? Tick! Can you see any of the smaller items, the glitter, stuff like that? Tick! And then, when it comes to the colour, I guess we'll only really know when we see how the other teams do. So why don't we? Let's see how the Blues do!
Access materials.
Get in.
Talk me through it.
So we have put the coffee filters at the bottom.
All
Yes.
three of them.
All three of them.
All three of them.
Yeah. And we've put some sand in there, and then we've used this as kind of like a sieve for all of them. So like the big and the little things.
Actify the filtration. No, hang on.
Shall we see it in action?
Yes.
Do it.
Let's try placing your filter on top of the dispensing jar, here like so. Now the water's going in. There's something coming through the bottom there, which means it's working.
Oh, look at that. Get in.
Stevie's getting very excited about this.
That is
It
really...
started off clear.
That's
It
good.
did start
Yeah.
off clear.
It did start clear,
And it's
yeah.
coming out quite quick as well.
Yeah, quite
To
quickly,
be
yes.
fair, that's actually not bad.
I would buy
You're pretty
that
pleased with
filter.
yourself, aren't you?
Yeah.
Control with compare. I mean, oh, you know what I mean.
Let's now dispense into
That is a lot
the
clearer
glass.
than theirs. Not being funny.
Now, it's all about comparing with the control here, you see. Now, are there any bits of paper, etc. in there?
Nothing in it.
Nothing.
Nothing, mate. Is there any glitter, ribbon, any of that sort of
Nothing.
stuff?
No.
Nothing, mate. When it comes to the colour of the water, we'll only know when the yellows have played. Let's see 'em.
Access les matériels.
And what have you made for me?
A filter, like you asked us to.
Ah, good. Well done. You win. No. What? How does it work?
Well, we've got like the cotton wool to get rid of the food
Cotton wool.
colouring.
Yes.
Then we've got this cloth for the glitter and the sieve for the ribbon and the papery bits.
Activez la filtration.
We're going to give the water a good vigorous stir. Smells of trumpy fish water, doesn't it? Absolutely disgusting. Get my jug. That's pretty much a litre, isn't it? Right, here we go. La-dee-dee-dee. In it goes. Now, that's coming out very quickly down through the bottom there, isn't it? Very nicely. It's a quick-working filter. Ah, interesting. Pretty much all the water's gone through there very, very quickly.
Comparer avec contrôle.
Now, the moment of truth, folks. Let's pour this in. It's enough to want to overfill it, do we? There we go. So, having a look. Now then, any paper?
No.
Any ribbons, any glitter, any stuff like that? The tiny, tiny little bits of something in there, isn't there? Ah, unfortunate. And when it comes to the colour, we won't find out until we look at all three. So let's have a look at how all three teams did. So, of course, everybody got all the paper out. Well done, all the big items. Yellows, unfortunately, of course. Some glitter slipped through, so I'm afraid that puts you out of the running. And on closer inspection, blues, I'm afraid some glitter got through yours as well. We didn't notice it at first because it was all spinning around, but now that it's settled, some has floated to the top, some glitter came through. And in terms of colour, the clearest and the lightest is quite clearly the greens.
Their filter of tightly packed cotton wool, sand and a sieve trapped the impurities and resulted in the cleanest water. While some food colouring seeped through, the greens managed to block the glitter, paper and ribbon. Great job!
Which means the greens get 10 points. You're the winners. Well done!
So the brilliant brains are getting closer to only the Stevies' colossal 22 points. Anyone can still win, although I think maybe the Super Kicks might struggle with their little itsy-bitsy too. Think of the honour team.
Ready, GP?
Ready, DB.
Hands on the desks. 2 points for each correct answer. Nothing, not even a mouldy biscuit for an incorrect one. Let's do this. The words, Houston, we have a problem, were famously spoken on which NASA mission? Blue.
Apollo 13.
Correct.
Where is the South Pole? Antarctica or Iceland?
Green.
Antarctica.
Correct!
How many legs in total does a penguin and a fly have? Blue.
8.
Correct. A typical adult human has 206 what in their body? Is yellow.
Bones.
Is correct.
What term is given to a piece of rock or metal from space that reaches the surface of the Earth?
Green.
Meteorite.
That's correct!
The kiwi bird is native to which country? Yellow.
New Zealand.
Is correct. We're out of time! There we go. That was incredible, folks. What speed, what dexterity. Your minds were buzzing and bursting. But who was the fastest? Who was the best? Let's find out. It's the results. I'm nervous, aren't you, GP?
I'm very nervous.
Oh, in third place, with 6 points, it's the yellow team! Well played. Well played. In second place, with 18 points, it's the green team! 18, pretty good there, but our ultimate brain winners with a massive 24 points from the X Factor. It's the Blues! Well, they all...
Great job, didn't they, Dr. Brain?
Yeah, they all did a fantastic job, GP. A special well done to our winners who cleverly fought their way to victory. If it's honour you're after, then it's ultimate brain honour you've won. Salute your victors, teams. See you next time for more brain-expanding, excellent experiments on Ultimate Brain!
What happens when we smash some tomatoes? Will guinea pig float like a butterfly or fall like a sack of spuds on the ultimate brain skywalk? And just how bad does alien fish stew smell? No, it's not another cookery show. It's time for Ultimate Brain!
My name is Dr. Brain, and if you hadn't realised that already, you should know that David Attenborough is not about to make an appearance and give me a ickle-wickle cuddle. No!
This is a half man, half monkey. His goal is simple. He's looking for baffling brilliance, cracking cleverness, and monumental mega minds.
Too much brain for one dashing monkey scientist. This is Ultimate Brain. Giddy up! Oh, I haven't got a horse. I'll have to walk then. No.
Let's meet the canny contestants, hoping they can be experts at experiments. First up, glowing in green and playing as a team from Birmingham, it's Nia, Ruffy, Aaron! They're dressed in yellow, but they're in no mood to be mellow. From East Sussex, Nathan, Morgan, and Shema!
And now, it's time for our celebrity team in blue from the X Factor, Stevie, Parisa, and Betsy.
These folks are playing for pride, prestige, pretzels or pizza or something. No, not pizza. Let's find out who they are. First, we have the green team. How are you, greens?
Hello.
Good to meet you. Are you into science?
Yes.
Are you good at it?
Yes.
You got good brains?
Yes.
Yes. You're going to win?
Yes.
Ah,
Yep.
I like your positivity, greens. What's your team name?
Green brains.
Fantastic! It's the Greens! Look who I have here. That's the yellow team. Are you good at science?
Yes.
Good at experiments and things?
Definitely.
You got the right kind of brains for this show?
Yes.
You're up for it?
Yes.
You like a challenge?
Yes.
What's your team name?
Super Geeks.
It's the Yellows! And now, it's the X Factor! And here they are, the Blue Team! Nice to meet you, Blues. How are you?
Right.
I don't think you're going to do very well. Nobody's going to vote for you. Nobody likes you at home. You're not going to do very well at all. Now, Louis, just shut up. So, it's good to see you. You must be exhausted.
You know, we're good, aren't we?
Not
Come
long.
off